welcome. We're excited for you to be here today and share a little bit of why you should become a OneOC member and talk about what's included in our membership offerings, as well as the different membership tiers and all that jazz. So we have quite a bit we're going to go over. We'll start with some introductions, introduce our team, Amanda, Julia, and myself. Then we'll share a little bit about OneOC as an organization, what our mission is, and how we achieve our mission through our different services and offerings we provide to our nonprofits to help accelerate their success. And then we'll also walk through our membership tiers and our benefits and give you an overview of what's included in each membership package. And then we'll have a time at the end for Q&A to address any of your specific questions. And we'll also be providing all of our contact information if you have additional questions after.
Perfect. Thank you, Kevin, for starting us off. We'd like to take this time to introduce everybody. I will go first, of course. My name's Julia Ainley Goodwin, and I'm the membership administrator here at OneOC. So if your organization does decide to continue and, get a OneOC membership, I would be the person that we're going to be talking to. What I get to do is assist and make sure that your organization chooses the best membership tier for your nonprofit and make sure that you're receiving the benefits that you need and utilizing them, and then assisting you with any other questions you might have in regards to membership. I also work with Kevin alongside our training program and assisting if there are any errors that you might receive with your online trainings, and assisting with getting those fixed. And then I'm going to turn it over to Kevin if you'd like to share a little bit more about your position at OneOC.
Definitely. Thanks, Julia. So as Julia mentioned, I oversee the training program at OneOC, and so work very closely with all of our different trainers and facilitators to design and deliver our different trainings and certificates and workshops, and work really closely with our nonprofits in terms of helping discover, what are your training needs, what are your staff's professional development needs, and making sure that we have all the different courses that you need at OneOC to develop your nonprofit success. And so in my role, we have quite a bit of different courses, and we'll talk more about that, but offer over 150 different courses, both virtually, online, and in person each year. Obviously not in person right now, but when things return to semi-normal, hopefully back in person. But yeah, that's a bit about me. And then we also have Amanda Green, who oversees our department. I'll let her share about herself as well.
Hello. Looks like we're having a few more folks trickling in, so welcome and thank you for joining us. My name is Amanda Green. I am our Organizational Development Services Director here at OneOC. I oversee our membership consulting and training services within this department and do a whole bunch of other things at OneOC. So chances are, if you have a question, I can point you in the right direction. And so when we talk through some of the membership benefits today, I'll really be highlighting what you're able to get in terms of the connecting opportunities to other OneOC members, as well as our assessments and consulting opportunities. And I will turn it back to my colleagues.
Thank you, Amanda and Kevin. And thank you for everyone that is joining us today, and I do see that more individuals are trickling in. If you can, when you get a chance, please in the chat box list your name, position, and what organization you're from, just so we can get to know you better, and share with us too what is one thing you hope to gain from today's webinar as well. Thank you. And Kevin, if you could go to the next slide. And now we're going to have a poll. Kevin, you want to introduce that?
Yeah, so we would love just to hear a little more of why you guys are here today. We imagine many of you are new to OneOC or just learning about OneOC. So we want to get a sense of, why have you joined this webinar today? And so if you want to go ahead and follow that quick link on the screen and use the code right there, 6784772, and type in a couple responses for why you're here today. And we'll go ahead and share those with the group, because we'd love to hear why you're here today. So we'll give you a minute or two to do that really quickly if you can.
With the Children and Families Coalition of Orange County. And I'm here because we are in the process for fiscal sponsorship with OneOC. And as part of that, we will become a member if we're elected. And I know from prior positions that there's been a lot of opportunities we've in terms of recruiting volunteers and opportunities with OneOC things any nonprofit agency, especially when we're small and just starting. So that's why I'm interested and why I'm here.
Awesome. Well, we're glad for you joining today, and we will be covering a lot of that information. So hopefully it'll be really helpful for you.
Thank you.
See a few other people. Christy, great to see you. Christy serves on a few different organizations, Zona Newport Harbor and Girls on the Run OC. And then also Lainey Daly McIntosh Center for Disabled Public Relations Admin. Welcome. Well, great. Well, we're so excited you guys are here today. We'll jump in and start talking about a little bit of what's covered in our OneOC membership. And so, but before we do that, it's going to be very helpful to better understand what OneOC does, what some of our different service solutions are, and how we operate as an organization to really support our nonprofit success. So I'll pass it to Amanda to share a little more about OneOC.
Sure, thanks so much. And so I don't know how much each of you have heard of OneOC before this. You know, if you have been taking advantage of some of our webinars or our complimentary networks, or received, you know, our emails, or gone to a training course. But whatever, you know, your connection to OneOC is, it's very likely that you probably don't know that we do this many things. And in addition to doing this many things, we do it not just for nonprofits, but for volunteers and for the business sector. Our mission is really to accelerate nonprofit success, and we do this by connecting volunteers and the corporate sector to nonprofits so that they can propel their missions forward. And we're just really excited to have you here today and to really share a little bit more about the benefits of becoming a member. But this is kind of a nice overview of all of the different services that we provide as well. So with your membership, you have a host of complimentary benefits that we're going to go over, and you also have access to all of these different services. So on the left-hand side, going from left to right, you see we have some of the services that are really focused on helping our nonprofit. So as I mentioned, I oversee our department and oversee a lot of the work that we do with organizational assessments and coaching, our business planning. If you need board development or board consulting, we offer all of those services through OneOC. In addition, we have services kind of to help your organization run more smoothly and effectively. So the assessments and consultative approach is really around your strategy, and we see some of these other services that are really around execution. So we have everything from back office services like accounting and HR recruitment, compensation studies, things like that. So it's kind of anything that you need, we can help you kind of from the back end. And then also kind of being your outsourced training department for professional development. We have both virtual and in-person classes. Obviously right now with COVID, not as many in-person classes, but we've been able to pivot and leverage webinar style and Zoom classrooms to be able to create an enriching experience. We also have a lot in terms of kind of our volunteer management. We're going to go over a little bit more kind of when it comes to the benefits of being a member, but I will say one of our biggest goals is really to help connect you with volunteers, whether they're individuals, family service teams, or corporate volunteers. And if you need help and support with infrastructure for your volunteer programs, we have our AmeriCorps VIP program, as well as our Service Enterprise Virtual Training. And so if any of that sounds interesting as I'm going through it, we're not going to touch on it today in this webinar, so please feel free to shoot me a message, and I'm happy to share a little bit more about that. Moving right along, just kind of through this bubble sheet a little more, we do have opportunities, as I said, for folks to connect. And so we do this through big events. We had our Spirit of Volunteerism virtually earlier this year. In the past, it's been an in-person event for 1,000 people. And we were actually able to quadruple our reach in terms of the number of people that we were able to engage just by having a virtual event. And so that's really for you as nonprofits to be able to recognize your volunteers and folks that have really made a big contribution to your organization. We have a variety of volunteer projects that you can participate in as well by being a member, and we can, help you through some additional services with scoping out those projects, connecting you to companies, connecting you to skills-based volunteers or board members, and what have you. And then on the other side, we really help you to get connected with the business sector, as I shared. So we do help companies with their CSR strategy. We do have a corporate volunteer council of over 40 companies that are connected to OneOC that are always looking for nonprofits to support. And Julia is going to talk about this in a little bit, but we have a big event going on right now, our Community Cup Charity Challenge, that is doing just that, bringing together companies and nonprofits through volunteer projects is to spurring kind of the greater good. And so all of the things that we do are really in support of trying to help our nonprofit community. And everything that we've added into our new membership benefits that you're going to see today is really in service of that goal. And so if there are things too that you're curious about that we may not discuss on the webinar today, you can certainly reach out to us. We have the ability to kind of make some adjustments to our membership model. And if we're seeing, demand for certain things, we can absolutely incorporate that into what you get as a member. So with that, I'll turn it back over to my team. But thank you for letting me share a little bit more about OneOC with you.
Perfect. Thank you, Amanda, for explaining a little bit more about what OneOC does as a whole. And just to kick us off in regards to membership benefits, as Amanda mentioned previously, we do a lot of benefits and services that are regarding volunteerism and volunteers. And as a OneOC member, you're going to receive multiple benefits that fall under that spectrum, such as posting volunteer opportunities on our volunteer calendar. And our volunteer calendar is a way for individuals, families, students, and others within the Orange County community to see what nonprofits are doing at this time and how they can be of service and volunteer within our community. And Kevin, if you could let me share my screen, I would love to show what the volunteer calendar actually looks like when volunteers are able to see it, and what your organization volunteer posts look like to volunteers. Give me 1 second. So can everyone see my screen? You're good? Cool. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. So for our volunteer calendar, volunteers are able to see on volunteers.oneoc.org different opportunities that OneOC members post. And as an organization that is a member, you're able to post volunteer opportunities throughout the year. Some organizations post multiple opportunities at a time, and our volunteers that use our website are actually able to see them on this page. And what they can do too, which is fortunate, is they can type in keywords or different types of volunteer opportunities that they're interested in, what schedule or time zone that they, or not time zone, what dates they are on, and if they actually are located in an area that's closer to them. And what we do at OneOC is through this, you're able to post your opportunity and discuss whether or not it is a virtual or in-person volunteer opportunity at this time. And if we do have volunteers that are interested, what they can do is sign up for your opportunity, and we assist you in getting connected to those volunteers to assist you with your projects. And if I can go, another thing that we do, oops, sorry, I cannot see, there we go. What Amanda mentioned previously is our Community Cup Challenge. This is something that we've done previously last year, and we are doing it again this year, but we're incorporating it with our 9/11 Day of Remembrance charity challenge. And what, as a whole, is what the Community Cup does is we're able to connect nonprofits with businesses and corporations and help you both compete together for a cash prize through volunteerism. And what we hope that nonprofits are able to gain out of participating in the Community Cup is hopefully your organization will be able to win that cash prize, as well as develop a partnership that will last in the future with that corporation or business that you are partnered with at that time. And if you are interested, this is one of many benefits that are a part of a OneOC membership. And the last thing that I wanted to discuss as well in regards to volunteerism is our days of service. And as you might have noticed with the Community Cup, we have incorporated it with our 9/11 Days of Remembrance. So the Community Cup is actually taking place as of now until September 11th, but we also have other days of service that OneOC can help your nonprofit in organizing events and getting connected to volunteers that are parts of families, students, or individual volunteers to participate in projects. There's 4 national days of service or volunteer days, and Those includes MLK Day, Earth Day, 9/11, and then Seasons of Giving, which ranges from November to December. And throughout all of these days, all of our projects within those times do have to go alongside with whatever that day of service is focused on. So for example, on Earth Day, we have many organizations that participate and have projects that focus on preserving environments at that time and have to do with volunteerism environments together. But we are able to have all those other days of service that your organization can participate on. And I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. And Kevin, if you could put the PowerPoint back up, that would be great. And just to like start it off, these are only a couple of the benefits that you're going to be receiving with a OneOC membership. And the last thing too is you'll be able to create virtual volunteer opportunities that would be posted on the volunteer calendar. We do understand at this time due to COVID-19, a lot of organizations have been shifting from in-person volunteer opportunities to online virtual opportunities. And what's great about our volunteer calendar is that no matter if it's in person or virtual, you can post those opportunities on our calendar. And Kevin, if you could go to the next slide, and I think the next slide is actually yours to go over, so that would be great.
Yeah, before we move on, I just want to take a quick second. If you have any questions about anything that Julia covered in terms of member benefits around volunteers and recruiting volunteers and days of service, now would be a great time. You can feel free to put in the chat box or go ahead and mute yourself. And if there are no questions, we can keep going forward, but I just wanted to take a quick moment to pause if anyone has any questions. Great. Okay, well, we'll keep going. So in addition to member benefits around volunteerism and recruiting volunteers, another major benefit element is with regards to our training. And so as I mentioned in the beginning, OneOC offers over 150 different trainings, workshops, certificates, cohort-based programs throughout the year. And we're constantly adding more curriculum. And so we've identified kind of 5 key areas that our nonprofits need to really develop the knowledge and skills to be successful nonprofit leaders. And so all of these courses, I'll show you in a sec on our training website and our training catalog, cover areas like leadership development and professional development, business and organizational planning, board development, fundraising, program management, and volunteer management. And so in some way, most of our courses fit into 5 of those buckets. And so we're constantly adding new courses and new certificates and new opportunities for your staff to take advantage of. So some of those benefits include you receive 20% discount on all OneOC training classes and additional discounts on partner trainings. So I'll show you where you can access those trainings on our website. As a member, you also can attend free webinars, events, and courses designed for specifically for members. And then you also gain access to OneOC's virtual training library. And we're continually adding updated resources and recorded webinars and trainings from other in-person or virtual sessions we've done that you can go back and watch online at your own pace. So I'm actually going to show you real quick what that looks like to give you a bit better of a sense. And so you can go and navigate if you have additional questions. So our virtual training library is hosted in OneOC's learning management system. And it's really simple. This is kind of the aesthetic of what it looks like. You would receive access to this. And as you can see, there's 7, 8, 9 different kind of modules listed here. And these are actually online recordings that have been edited down for your guys' convenience of previous trainings we've hosted at OneOC. So we have classes like our introduction to our grant writing, fundraising and the law, how do you develop a new fundraising strategy during COVID-19? That was one of our webinars we did. Keeping employees healthy and engaged during a remote workforce, on and on and on. We did a panel discussion with a group of board members around engaging your board during times of crisis. So these are just some free resources that you get access to in the virtual training library as a member. And like I said, we're continuously adding more courses to that. So then we also have our training catalog. And if you've been to the OneOC page, you've likely seen this. And if you want to just explore, we have here again, the 5 competencies that we focus on. And you can really use this great search training catalog filter to, look through webinars, online courses, certificates, training series. And then we break it down by competency. So feel free to explore that. And every single course that's listed on this page, you do receive a 20% discount. So on this page as a member. And so on this page, you can read through descriptions, the dates for the courses, and get more information there. Let me go back to this PowerPoint. So those are pretty much the primary benefits that come with being a member of OneOC. Is there any questions? Again, I know I just covered a lot of information. Any questions there in terms of what's included under our training offerings? Great. We'll keep going forward then.
Okay, so in addition to what Julia and Kevin have already shared around our volunteer benefits and our training benefits, I wanted to share some of the other benefits that really help to connect you to our community and to get the support that you need. So the first thing is our nonprofit job listing. So if you're a OneOC member, you're able to post nonprofit jobs on our website. We update them very regularly. So there's a form on our website that you could submit. I'll show that in a second. Or you can contact our HR department, either way. We also have the opportunity for you to connect with one another, with fellow members through our OneOC OC Members Network. And really the purpose of this is for you to be able to collaborate and share resources. One of the things that we started kind of at the beginning of the pandemic is creating a variety of these different support networks where folks at different position levels, different cause areas, and kind of just the nonprofit community at large could collaborate and share and learn from one another. And so we saw how this was really successful. We have almost 300 folks in our nonprofit support network. So we decided to create one specifically for members. And so I'll show it to you in just a second, but really it's around having a bunch of resources that are member specific. So only members can join this group. There are going to be very special, opportunities that are only sent to you all, that are not sent to anyone else in our broader network. So just want to encourage you all to sign up for that. Kevin is going to be sending out kind of a recap email after this. And so we'll have the PowerPoint slides that we're sharing with you, the links to everything that we're discussing, so you can go back and refer to it. The last thing I want to share as well is as a member, you do have the opportunity to participate in some consultative office hours. And so we also started this during COVID and saw that it was really successful when folks had questions around their PPP loan or how do I return to work safely. And we really expanded this to not just be a part of our OneOC staff offerings, but we've included office hours from other professionals outside of the nonprofit sector but that really want to get back to nonprofit. So we have one that's helping out on risk management and compliance. We have someone that's helping out on marketing. We have someone that's helping out on fund development, which is not necessarily our expertise area outside of our training courses. So those opportunities are all there for you as members. So I'm going to share my screen in just a second here. You can see where your screen button goes. There it is. So this is our nonprofit job listing page. Can everybody see that? Great. So this is on our website. You can actually find it kind of if you scroll all the way to the bottom. It's right here. So a lot of people have a hard time finding it. We're redoing some aspects of our new website, and so hopefully it'll be a little easier to find, but just remember, scroll to the bottom. There it is. So what's really exciting is you can post opportunities on the job board. And you can see here we have a wide variety of opportunities on here. So it'll have your title, it'll have the organization, so your organization's name, and then a link to the job description. And then in your job description, you'll have how folks can contact you in order to be able to get in touch with that job description. And just so you know, this is one of the most visited pages on our website. It's very popular. People do know of it if they're looking for opportunities in the nonprofit sector. So I definitely encourage you that, once you become a member, if you do have jobs that you would like to post, this is an excellent place to put it. And so the form is actually here. So you hit post jobs now, and you're able to just post the job, or like I said, you can contact any of us, and we'll direct you to our HR team if you have questions about that. The other thing I wanted to show you was our members network. So as you can see, it's kind of small right now because we just launched it. And so we're letting folks kind of self-select to be part of the network. We don't want to bombard people if they don't want to be part of some, virtual community. But to give you a sense, we do have a wide variety of groups in here. So as I mentioned, almost 300 members in our support network. And so we've created one that's specifically for members. And so we do have a ton of resources in here. So anything from tools, templates, recordings, all kinds of good stuff that you can access, just in the same way that Kevin was sharing our virtual training library. Only members have access to that, so it's not our kind of broader network of nonprofits. So we definitely encourage you to sign up for this. And if you're still on the fence about being a member, definitely sign up for one of our networks here. We want to be able to ensure that folks in the nonprofit space have access to some resources and support, even if you're not part of the OneOC membership program. And so with office hours, we will send out a link to schedule time for the office hours consultation if you're interested in learning more about that as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop my screen share here and turn it back to my team.
Awesome.
Thank you, Amanda and Kevin, sharing more about what benefits we offer with the OneOC membership. And just to give you all a sense of the membership levels that OneOC does offer, we have 3 different types of levels. Accelerated is $265 annually. And what that includes is all of those listed benefits that we just went over. And then the next one that we have is premium, which is $595 annually. That's going to include all of those benefits within an accelerated, as well as the ICAT assessment. And then the last one that we offer is Premium Plus, which is $975 annually. And that's going to include all of those benefits we went over, the ICAT assessment, as well as the Service Enterprise Diagnostic Assessment as well. And the last thing that we are currently doing that is new is we are offering an annual learning subscription bundle with all of our nonprofit membership levels. And Kevin, if you want to go over a little bit more about what an annual learning subscription is, that would be great.
I think that comes next after this one, Julia.
Okay, so stay tuned. Just to give you a little overview of what for accelerated members, most organizations that are a part of accelerated are looking into taking advantage of OneOC's core benefits and leveraging a specific benefit or service opportunity. For example, a lot of organizations that I have talked to in the last several months have really been utilizing our volunteer benefits and posting volunteer opportunities at this time in response to the COVID-19 crisis.
So our next membership level, as Julia shared, is our premium membership. And so our premium membership is one above that accelerated membership, and you get a few additional things besides what was shared in the benefits thus far. So you actually have the opportunity to participate in our complimentary ICAT assessment. So this is available to our Premium and Premium Plus members. And what this does is it helps you to assess your organization's strategies and capacity for getting there. So this is a really great assessment to do kind of on an annual basis. We really recommend that organizations use it as their annual checkup. And typically the type of organization that would most benefit from an ICAT is one that's either going to be embarking on strategic planning, one that has kind of a lot going on and you're not really sure where to prioritize, or if you've never really done an assessment before, but you're kind of starting to think about it, let's definitely chat. And so that's totally available for our Premium and Premium Plus members at no additional charge beyond the membership fee. One additional area is premium members do receive priority consideration for our corporate volunteer projects. So there are times that, obviously pre-COVID, we were having a lot more in-person volunteering opportunities. We're really working hard to create more opportunities for virtual volunteering, and so I think you'll be hearing more from OneOC about that in the future. But regardless, you know, as companies are coming to OneOC hoping to find ways to engage with our nonprofits, our premium members are the first ones that we think of to be able to refer over to those companies. So we definitely encourage you to, you know, if this is an important aspect for you and your organization, we definitely encourage you to become a premium member. And so I'll turn it over to Kevin to talk a little bit more about our third membership tier, our Premium Plus.
Awesome. Thanks, Amanda. So in addition to Premium, we recently added the Premium Plus membership. And so some additional benefits come with that. So, you know, everything that was included in the Accelerated, everything that was included in the Premium, the ICAT assessment that Amanda mentioned. But in addition to that, you also receive access to our Service Enterprise Diagnostic. And we've thrown that word around a little bit, but basically, for quick context, a service enterprise is an organization that strategically embeds volunteers at all levels and all skill levels in the organization to create greater social impact. And so with the service enterprise diagnostic, it's really a tool for your organization to be able to assess your overall scores in terms of how well you're leveraging volunteer engagement practices, and it provides recommendations in core areas for how you can improve your volunteer capacity. And so that assessment is actually included in the Premium Plus membership. And so it's a great opportunity if you want to just get a greater sense of how you guys can leverage your volunteers more, or if you want to actually step into our service enterprise training to become a service enterprise. And so we actually have a virtual opportunity to do that, and that is coming up shortly. So that if you're looking to really build out your organizational capacity, learn to leverage volunteers more strategically, this is a really great opportunity. And in addition to that, you also receive with the Premium Plus membership a strategic learning plan. And what that is a personalized assessment where basically you work very closely with me in terms of assessing your guys' specific training needs in your organization. And so we meet with core staff in your nonprofit, and they complete a quick survey assessment, and then we do some personalized focus groups and interviews to really get a sense of what are the courses and the key areas and knowledge and competencies that your staff need development in. And then we map out a strategic learning plan for you guys that encompasses what you guys are going to take from the start of the year to the end of the year. And that goes really well in conjunction with our annual learning subscription, which I'll talk about shortly. And then in addition, like Amanda mentioned, you also do receive priority consideration for the corporate volunteer opportunities. And so our Premium Plus it's a new membership tier. And so if your organization's really looking to get to the next level and take advantage, again, in an organizational capacity setting and in terms of volunteers and training, this really is going to be the best membership for your organization. And so as I mentioned, annual learning subscription, what is that? So OneOC found a really strategic way to provide your nonprofit with access to all of our training courses for an entire year for one flat rate. And so really the heart behind this is we don't want cost to be a barrier for our nonprofits to take training courses. And so the annual learning subscription is a really easy way to bundle it together with your membership. So you pay a one-time fee in order to get training classes for the entire year with your membership. And so it's an upfront rate, and what you gain access to is all of OneOC's individual training courses, like I showed you on the website, for up to 5 users. So that could be your management team, that could be your mid-level employees that you really know need development. And you're not set to those 5 users. So if you're going, hey, I want to do more than 5, I want my whole organization, that's not a problem. We can definitely do that for you. And so those 5, 10, 15 people receive access to all that. And then in addition, they receive 20% discount on top of our already 20% membership discount on all of our certificates and our cohort-based classes, which is our Step Up and Lead Leadership program. So a lot of savings that come together with that annual learning subscription. And so the basic price starts at $1,465, and that includes your accelerated membership. So instead of just the $265, we bundle it together, and you receive your accelerated membership, an annual learning subscription, and discount on all of our certificates. And I'll be sharing more information and links about all of that. But if you have questions, I'll definitely be your point person in terms of moving forward with training.
Perfect. Thank you, Kevin and Amanda. And the last thing that we did want to introduce is we now have an individual membership. And this membership is for individuals within the nonprofit community that want to continue to develop their skills, but perhaps maybe their organization is not ready at this time to move forward with a OneOC membership. And what comes with an individual membership is you're going to get access to that OneOC virtual training library that Kevin showed us earlier, as well as a 20% discount on all of OneOC's training courses. And you'll receive free attendance to some of our selected webinars, events, and training courses. And lastly, you'll get to participate in OneOC's member network. Even though you are an individual, that OneOC Members Network is going to be able to assist you in developing relationships with other organizations and nonprofit professionals within the Orange County community. And for an individual membership, it's $95 annually.
Awesome. Thanks, Julia. And so, we've shared all these different membership types with you guys, and we really wanted to share, even yesterday we had a call with our current OneOC members to share about some of our new offerings, because to you guys, this is all fresh information, but we've actually totally spiced up our membership offerings, including a lot of more free benefits, And then, like I said, added the individual membership and the Premium Plus. So just a couple testimonials of how people have benefited from our membership. And these came from yesterday, just in the other webinar. So someone said, you know, we've listened in on a few of the free webinars the past few months and they've been helpful. Thank you. Another person said, we've been a member for many years, but really appreciate the review and definitely appreciate the things you've added. And so as you can see, this is really an opportune time to join the OneOC family, because now more than ever, our membership opportunities include more free benefits than they ever have before. And so it really is a great opportunity, especially as you guys are probably navigating somewhat of turbulent times with COVID-19. OneOC is here to support you in every way that we can. A final testimonial, and this alludes to more of one of our premium members that took advantage of the ICAT and just shows how OneOC supported. Debbie Lucan from Moms Across America said, "We knew that joining OneOC would be a tremendous benefit to our organizational growth. And that was before we knew about the ICAT. With minimal time and effort on the part of our organization, the ICAT helps us clearly see our strengths and weaknesses and chart a course for connecting them. As an assessment tool, it got us on all the same page. Our OneOC advisor assisted us in understanding the information we received so that there was no room for error and no excuses for not moving forward with what we learned. This is something we will do after every year. I can't think of a single reason why every organization shouldn't take advantage of this opportunity." And so we just wanted to share a few testimonials to give you guys, you know, personal connection to some of our nonprofits and share how they've actually benefited from being a OneOC member. And so these are really what we live for. You know, our mission is to accelerate nonprofit success. And I said this on the call yesterday, is we're only successful when our nonprofits are successful. And so our main goal really is to provide you guys with an exceptional membership program that gives you the tools, resources, and access to the people you need to in order to carry your missions forward. So I hope that you found this incredibly beneficial. In terms of next steps and how you guys can move forward today, we encourage you to become a member. And if today was just kind of a taster, we are more than happy to set up a personal call with you and get to know more about your organization and make recommendations for which membership type would best serve your guys' mission and your current stage of your organization. And so feel free to sign up for a call with Julia or Amanda or myself. And here's our contact information. We'll obviously be sending this out, but if you want to take a lot of people are doing the screenshot these days or pulling out their iPhone, take a photo of that, or we will also send that information out as well. But before we move on, we know that we covered a lot of information, so we just want to open it up to everyone for questions. Feel free to unmute yourself or type in the chat box, and we will do our best to address any questions that you have. Looks like we got one.
Hi guys,
All right.
it's Christine. Can you
Hi,
hear
Christine.
me? Hi, thank you for this webinar. I love hearing all the membership levels. I was just curious for more the individual membership. It's a really, I think, good, affordable price of $95 a year. But just curious, like if somebody's having a hard time in the future, is there ever going to be like maybe scholarships for that?
Yeah, we really want to make sure that you guys are able to access the courses and resources that you need. And so we do have some financial assistance available at OneOC. We did do our best to really make it that affordable $95 rate, but we understand that people are in different situations, especially during this time. So if someone is interested in becoming an individual member, certainly have them reach out to us. And yeah, we're happy to work with them and try and find a price that's right for them. It's a great question. Thanks, Christine.
Thank you, you guys.
Anyone else have any questions? If not, no worries. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much, guys. Please take advantage of us in terms of having a resource to learn more about membership. We are happy to meet with you guys individually, like I said. And so shoot us an email. We'll send the follow-up to all of you guys. And hopefully you guys will sign up for a membership soon and start taking advantage of some of the amazing benefits we have. Thanks so much, guys. We'll talk to you soon.